Hi guys, my name is Viraaj and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Let's Crack Real Math. And today I'll be looking at the topic brackets expansion, in which we'll be expanding single, double and triple brackets. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first example I have here is 6 into x minus 10. Now when expanding brackets as such, all you have to do is times this number outside with the first number in the bracket, or the first constant or variable or whatever the thing is, and then times it with the second one as well. So this would simply become 6x minus 60. Now when you're doing these type of questions, you can always check your answer. So using a calculator, let's just say, for example, of course there doesn't have to be that, but for example, let's say x is 2. When you put this 2 into this equation, your final answer should be the same as you put it here in this equation. So putting 2 over here, you have 2 minus 10, which is 8, and then 6 times 8, that will give you 48. Sorry, minus 48 rather, because this will become minus 8, sorry. And then if you put 2 over here, you have 6 times 2, which is 12, minus 60, which is also minus 48. So you can see that the expansion is correct. Moving on to the next example, we have 3x into 4x plus 22. Now over here we do the same thing, multiply 3x by 4x and then 3x by 22. So knowing your expansion and algebra rules, you know 3x times 4x, that would be 12x squared. And 3x times 22, that is 66x. Obviously you can use a calculator for this. I don't have to, because I can do this in my mind. So this is your final expansion. Now of course, again, we can check. Let's say x is 2. Note that I'm saying x is 2. You could use x is 3, x is 4, x is 99. It should still give you the same answer. So if we have x is 2, this becomes 8 plus 22, that is 30, and we have 3 times 2, that is 6, and then 6 times 30, that's 180. And then putting the 2 back over here, you should get 180. So 12 into 2 squared, that's 12 times 4, and that is 48. 48 plus 66 into 2, that's 132. 48 plus 132, that is 180. So the expansion is correct. Moving on to the next example, we have minus 9x into 4 minus x. So again, we use the same method, multiply minus 9x by 4 and then minus 9x by minus x. So minus 9x times 4, this is minus 36x, and then minus x times minus x, that's plus 9x squared. Remember guys, minus is the most dangerous sign in math. Whenever you work with it, you have to be careful. So again, saying x is equal to 2, put the 2 back here, you have 4 minus 2, that's 2. Putting 2 over here, you have minus 18. Minus 18 times 2, that is minus 36, if I'm not wrong. Yep, it is. That is minus 36. And then putting 2 over here, you should get the same thing. So minus 36 times 2, you get minus 72. And then 9 times 2 squared is plus 36. and doing that you again get minus 36. So this expansion is correct as well. Now moving on to something a bit more trickier. We have x plus 2 into x plus 7. Now as you can see, we have two different separate bracket equations. It's not like one thing is outside and two things are inside. It's two different things together. So in this case, what you have to do this, the first thing you have here, the first number or constant, times the first one over here. Then the first one over here times the second one over here. Then you do the same thing for this one, for the 2 over here. You times this by x over here, and then times this by 7 over here. So let me do that, it will make it a bit more easier. So x times x, that's x squared. Then x times 7, that's plus 7x. Then you take the 2 and do it with 2. So 2 times x, that's 2x, plus 2 times 7, that's 14. Collecting your like terms, you have x squared plus 9x, plus 14. Now again, you can check, let's say x is 2 over here, you have 2 plus 2, that's 4, times 2 plus 7, that's 9, 4 times 9 is 36. Putting 2 over here, you have 2 squared, that's 4, plus 7 times 2, that's 14, plus 4 again, that's 4 plus 4, 8, plus 14, that's, just a second, that's 22, and then you add 14 to 22, you have 36. So this is correct as well. Again, I'm just taking 2 as an example. You can take any number, it should still give you the same answers in both cases. Okay, moving on to another example, we have 2x minus 11 into 5x minus 3. Now we use the same method. We do 2x into 5x first, then 2x into minus 3, then we do minus 11 into 5x, followed by minus 11 into minus 3. So starting with 2x times 5x, that gives you 10x squared. 2x into minus 3, that gives you minus 6x. Then you do it minus 11, so minus 11 times 5x, that gives you minus 55x. Minus 11 times minus 3, that gives you plus 33. Make sure, because you know minus times minus would give you plus. Be careful with the minus sign. Now again, collecting your like terms, you have 10x squared minus 6x minus 55x, that's minus 61x plus 33. So again, we can do the same thing. X is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2 here, you have 2 into 2, that's 4 minus 11. This is minus 7. If 2 is over here, you have 5 times 2 minus 3, that's also 7. That's 7 actually. Then minus 7 times 7, that's minus 49. Putting 2 over here, you should get minus 49. Let's see. 10 times 2 squared, that's 10 times 4, that's 40. Minus 61 into 2, that's 61 times 2, that's minus 122 plus 33. So 40 minus 122 plus 33 also gives you minus 49. So this expansion is also correct. Moving on, next question we have here is 2x minus 5 into x plus 1 into x minus 2. Now over here we don't have a double bracket, we have a triple bracket. And of course it can get a bit tricky here, because you might be wondering which one should I do first. Should I do x plus 1 into x minus 2, or x plus 1 into 2x minus 5? The way I go about this is I take two of them at a time. So I would only basically consider these two first, 2x minus 5 and x plus 1. And once I've expanded them, then I would expand them, like multiply them out with x minus 2. So let's do the first part. Let's do 2x minus 5 into x plus 1. 2x minus 5 into x plus 1. Expanding this, we have 2x into x, that's 2x squared. 2x times 1, that's plus 2x. Minus 5 times x, that's minus 5x. And then minus 5 times 1, that's minus 5. Now, collecting your like terms, you have 2x squared. 2x minus 5x, that's minus 3x. And minus 5. Now that we have expanded these two, we can now expand this, what we have, by this. Now this can be a long process, so make sure your algebra is strong, make sure you work well with the minuses, and you know how the indices work, because you know x times x would be x squared. Don't go and write x only, that would be wrong. So 2x squared into x, that would be 2x cubed. 2x squared into minus 2, that's minus 4x squared. Minus 3x into x, that's minus 3x squared. Minus 3x into minus 2, so that's 3x into minus 2, that's plus 6x. Minus 5 into x, that's minus 5x. And minus 5 into minus 2, that's plus 10, because there are two minuses. You need to make sure you work well with that. Now, collecting your like terms, the only thing or the only number with the power of 3 is 2x, so 2x cubed will be here. Minus 4x squared minus 3x squared would give you minus 7x squared. Plus 6x minus 5x would give you plus x, and then plus 10. Now again, using the method I have, let's say x is 2 over here. So saying x is 2 over here, let's put it in this equation. We have 2 into 2, this is 4, 4 minus 5, that's minus 1. 2 plus 1, that's 3, minus 1 times 3, and then 2 minus 2 times, that's 0, so times 0, this is 0. So we should get 0 when we put x is 2 in this equation. So let's check. 2 times 2 to the power of 3, this gives 16, minus 7 times 2 to the power of 2, that's minus 28, plus 2, plus 10. This is 16 minus 28 plus 2 plus 10 is also 0. So the expansion is correct. And moving on to the final example of this topic, we have 3 minus x squared into 2 minus 5x into 2x plus 1. Now, again, we use the same way in terms of the triple brackets. I'll take these two first, and then I'll take that one once I've expanded these two. So expanding these two, 3 times 2, that's 6. 3 times minus 5x, that would give you minus 15x. Minus x squared times 2, that's minus 2x squared. Minus x squared times minus 5x, that's plus 5x cubed. Now we need to multiply this out by 2x plus 1. Now on first viewing, this may look a bit weird because usually 5x cubed, x squared, they're at the front and then the numbers at the back, but you can still multiply them out like this. There's no real problem. You'll still get the same answer. Obviously, if you do feel uncomfortable, you could rewrite this, say 5x cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x plus 6 is the same thing. So multiplying this out, you have 6 into 2x, that would give you 12x. 6 into 1, that's plus 6. Minus 15x into 2, that's minus 30x squared, because we have two x's. Minus 15x times 1 is minus 15x. Minus 2x squared into 2x gives you minus 4x cubed. Minus 2x squared into 1 gives you minus 2x squared. 5x cubed into 2x, that gives you 10x plus 10x to the power of 4, because you have x cubed and x. And then 5x cubed into 1 would give you plus 5x cubed. Now as you can see, this is a bit long, and collecting like terms could be difficult because you could confuse something else with something, but let's make it easy. We know that there's only one constant with the power of 4, so 10x to the power of 4 is automatically at the start. Then we look at the power of 3. We have minus 4x to the power of 3 and 5x to the power of 3. So minus 4 plus 5 would give you plus x to the power of 3. Looking at our power of 2's, we have minus 30x squared and minus 2x squared. So minus 38 minus 2 is minus 32x squared. Looking at our x, we have 12x and minus 15x. So 12 minus 15, that's minus 3x. And we only have just a one term independent of x, that is 6, so plus 6. And again, finally, to check your answer, we can say let x be 2. Put this 2 into the original thing, so let's do that quickly. 3 minus 2 squared, that's minus 1. 2 minus 5 into 2, that's minus 1 times, minus 8. And 2 into 2 plus 1 times 5. So minus 1 times minus 8 times 5. That is 40. So once we do expand it, this should be equal to 40. So doing this, 10 times 2 to the power of 4, that is 160. That's 160 plus 2 to the power of 3, that's plus 8, minus 32 into 2 to the power of 2, that's minus 128, minus 3 times 2, that's minus 6, and then eventually plus 6. Of course, these two cancel each other out because they will essentially be 0. 160 plus 8 minus 128 gives you 40. So this expansion was correct as well. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please do not forget to perform an LSS, like, share and subscribe. Please tell me in the comment section below any feedback or any questions you have. And thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice one.